just how did the origin? What is a tattoo? Where did it originate? How they got into mainstream? How it became a social? Then obviously at the end it is now a social status. Before.
As far as where it started, we don't really 100% know. They found mummies that are super old that had tattoos on their knees and on their elbows, and maybe they think it was possibly for arthritic problems or whatever. But it was acupuncture points. But it was done very primitively before, obviously, with sticks, tapping with pieces of shell or teeth. And they would just tap the skin and break the skin and rub the ink in. So that's how they originally did it. How did it become mainstream? Shit, I don't know. Just slowly, people started doing it for decoration over here, and it took off. Started with sailors and...
Yeah, the method that you said, the indentation is like the one that goes to jail, fuck you, you're not...
Yeah, they're poking.
You poke it and then you...
And in Japan, they just poke.
So they still do it. Just poke with the stick and then they put down the ink.
Yeah, but in Japan now, some people are using machines like we use exclusively, but some people are still hand poking the color, but they're doing the outline with the machine stuff. Because it's cleaner and easier.
How did they come to use, what is it, dye? What is it, ink? The first one, what they did?
The ink is still the same as it was. For the black, it's carbon. Carbon is soot, burnt fire. Carbon.
Soot è la cenere, quella proprio...
So, same thing, we still use carbon, it's just more refined and technology's made it better. And it works nicer. But all of the rest of the colors are all glycerin, water, and plants. It's all made out of
vegetable.
It's all made out of plants.
Because of not having the skin, is it because health reason? Or
yes. The red, they used to use some metals in the red, and in the 60s and 70s we had big problems with the red. Everybody would have a reaction. Now the red is also plant. The only one that is not plant or carbon is the white, and the white is made with titanium dioxide.
How did they start it first? Like, I assume that Ed Hardy, or not Ed Hardy, the other guy was the first, like, you mentioned sailor. So from a historical point of view, which probably was for belonging to a tribe, so you had, I don't know.
To go from that to the machine, you mean?
No, how did they develop?
Okay, so to go to the machine, they used an old doorbell. Doorbell, ding, ding, ding. Same thing, I'll show you. Let me grab a machine. So, on this machine, if you look at this and you look at an old doorbell, it's two electromagnetic coils. Same thing. When we put power, it sucks this down, makes a magnet. And then it breaks contact and lets go. So, and it goes up and down, and the needle goes here. Yeah. So this is an old doorbell design, and they also use this machine for printmaking. They would poke the holes in the paper. Same thing. And then we just took the same design, and it has not changed since the 1800s. Same design. And we just put this little bar on there, and instead of having something hit the bell, we change it to this bar. That's all. It's the same machine. Same thing.
The evolution of the design of the tattoo, like the tattoo in itself, because it started out probably with sign. Like now, then it became a tribal sign. Then it became a...
Sure, but in the West, here in the West, we didn't want tribal designs. The sailors wanted women with tits. And shit like that, and birds.
And dogs and shit.
Yeah, and U.S. Navy and whatever. So we just did it for us.
So, but when you say we, who are we? The tribes of the tattoo people?
No, in the West. Here in the West. Here in the West, we really, not on the West Coast, just in the
West Hemisphere.
In the United States, we ran with it. We're free and decorate ourselves.
It was a decoration. It became, probably became like an art. Because
and then they started making different needle configurations. So instead of using one needle, I don't ever use one needle. I use either 7 to outline, or 11 or 15 to shade and color.
Because of the bigger the needle.
Just not a bigger needle, more needles. So I can use it more like a paintbrush.
Yeah.
So I can use it more like
So
a
you
paintbrush.
use them all together and
Yes, they're soldered together.
Correct.
And then I can use them like a brush. And then we took the ends, instead of having them soldered flat, we curve them. So it's more like a paintbrush. So over the years,
you
we've
do
made the needles
this
better.
kind of design.
Yeah, well, we can do an outline like this, the black outline, with needles that are soldered very close together. And then when we go to fill in color like this,
Also shadows and so on.
yeah, we do that with the bigger needle. It's shaped like this. Like a paintbrush, yeah. So we've made big changes in that stuff, big changes in the ink, but the machine, same machine.
And then different colors.
Yeah.
Also the base of the ink, probably the vegetable.
Yeah, it's gotten better and better and better, of course.
Makes sense.
And you, what about you? What about your passion? When did you start to paint your body?
I got my
And
first
why?
I got my first tattoo when I was 13.
13.
13 years old. It's gone. It was here.
gone, yeah,
It's
covered
gone.
up.
Yeah, it was a cross. Why? Because I was a hellion as a kid. That's it. And then what actually happened is my uncle is a big Harley guy. He's a biker, always has been. He came one day home with a tattoo on his hand. First tattoo he got, right on his hand, the Superman emblem.
Fucking nice.
Yeah,
That's
right here on his hand. I was 11 years old, and I remember when he walked in with it, and I was like, oh my fucking God, that's the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
Then when I was 13, my 14-year-old girlfriend said, I can tattoo. And I said, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Fuck yeah.
So we did it in my bedroom. And then when I was 15, I started getting tattooed in a shop. Big professional tattoos.
So like you got all your back.
Oh, yeah,
Did you go
yeah.
by body parts or?
I'm covered. I just started getting pieces. I got this skull and snake and bamboo when I was like 15. I got these roses when I was 15. I had a Guns N' Roses tattoo up here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, I came here when he was like playing.
They were good.
Yes, eat this. I did. 3 days. Never say no. Yeah, why not? They gave it to you. It's fine.
So when I was young, I was always artsy. I mostly did a lot of sculpture, some painting too, but mostly sculpture and drawing. And then eventually, here I am.
Yeah, but these obviously must hurt like shit because the face.
Just right below the eye and right above the eye. It's just sensitive here, but otherwise, no big deal.
But is it an evolution of, or because you don't have any more space?
No,
Stupid
just
question, but,
evolution.
it's an evolution, yeah.
It was.
Decorative, but
I wasn't completely out of space. I tattooed my face in 1999, so I wasn't out of space yet, and I still have some space on my right leg.
no, this is fucking tribal. This is.
But well, it's actually, I didn't want to go with someone else's culture. So my face tattoos are actually just classic 1950s American pinstripe.
Pinstripe in 1959.
Yeah,
One
like
they
in
used
the
to
old
put
cars,
on-
yeah.
Yeah, they said Van Dutch.
So yeah, like
Yes.
Von Dutch.
Von Dutch, yeah.
So I wanted something that was American.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, what's more
Because
American?
also,
than
Van
pinstripe?
Dutch is the guy, the customizations, the fucking guru, the first guy that said, let's
Yeah,
put on
yeah.
fucking bikes.
Yeah, I have a picture of him right in my office. It's true.
I know it's Van Dutch. He's the guy of tattoo. Yes, I don't have tattooed over my breast.
There he is.
That's it.
This is Von
He
Dutch.
was out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, look.
Whoa.
He's crazy as fuck.
Crazy, but nice.
Knife
nice
maker,
fucking knife,
gunsmith,
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
guy.
his chakra, well, it's fantastic.
He's crazy. Yeah, the pinstripe brush is coming out of his ears. I'm doing this tattoo on him.
Oh, cool. The whole him, even
Yeah,
him?
yeah, the whole thing.
Fucking nice.
It's gonna be cool.
And then people evolved in like they do, I don't know, animals, flowers, then people they do only religion. I interviewed like the guy on Social Club, Mahoney.
Yeah.
That's all the gangs, the Latino gangs.
Yeah, Mark does all the fine line black and gray. Really
So it's
soft
black and
stuff.
gray, okay.
Black and gray, we call that, yeah.
And the color, you
I
specialize
do,
in color?
no, I do everything. I do everything.
Black wave tattoo on thing, what do they do?
They do all tribal. Black.
tribal.
Just black. Black, heavy tribal design.
And what about this?
model.
This
Yeah.
implant.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck is that? It is. Because I don't have my glasses. Implant of what? What do you put in?
It's surgical steel.
Steel.
Surgical steel, yeah.